All right, you guys. Sorry, I'm in the sun. Let me move this. Let me move this vehicle. Oh shit. I know. Aren't I? Let me just turn my music off. Sorry. I'm like, let me move where I can actually see the phone. Whoa! I'm in the sun even more now. I don't know what's wrong with me sometimes. Jesus. I literally have a phone holder right here, but my other phone is in it with my music on. So why I'm not smart enough to just take that phone out and put that one in, I will never know. All right, you guys, so we need a little bit of help. We have quite a bit of it's a fucking day, man. When I tell y'all that we need help, I mean it more than y'all know. Y'all have to admit. Okay, so we have Macho Man Randy Savage, and he needs to be castrated. Number 722 is sold, but Emily, who purchased her, refuses to be responsible for her vet bills now. So now we have her vet bills, which are going to include Uniprim, Butte, a vet exam, and another shot of Exceed. So her vet bills are probably about $200. They're not going to be astronomical. The Butte's probably $20. I think the Uniprim is $40, maybe $30. I don't remember. The Exceed is $75, and the vet exam. So these are expenses that are now put back on me because she refuses to pay her horse's vet care. Great. So, long story short, it's moments like that that are just disheartening to me because I'm now having to take care of a horse that is sold. And if she were unsold, it would not come out of my farm's account. It is something that I could just be like, Jacob, hey, these, that bill could go to him. The problem is that once he sells it and it's here boarding, then it comes out of like the account that pays my staff, that do all the extras here. So anyway, I get people that ask all the time, is there any way that we can help? Is there anything that we can do to just, contribute? And the answer is absolutely. Macho Man Randy Savage needs castrated. We would love to make him a gelding for multiple reasons. 2, we need about 5 shots of Exceed. They are $75 each. I do know that Dr. Hanlon is pretty good, that for every 2 or 3 shots that people donate, he will give us a shot. So he's really good about pitching in. We just have some unsold horses that need some Exceed. Jacob texted me, they're on their way here right now. And he said, hey, there's a couple of snotty noses because they just got picked up at the sell barn an hour ago. And those horses need antibiotics as soon as they arrive. So Dr. Hanlon can leave those shots for us to give. So I'm asking nicely if any of you guys want to help and you want to just contribute a little bit. Shots of Exceed, castrating Macho Man Randy Savage. But somebody said the other day, I don't mind contributing to a castration, but I can't pay for a full castration. In those cases, let's say that you want to just gift $50. Obviously, that doesn't pay for a castration, but if several of you want to pitch in $25 each or $50 each, you guys can call the vet and tell her, okay, here's what I want to do. I just want to put $25 on the unsold horse vet account. We have an account that is just for unsold horses. We have an account for my personal horses. And then each individual client who has bought a horse has an account. So these things are all completely separate. So when you donate money to that vet account, my personal horses are never put on there. So you're not giving money to my barrel horses. You're not paying for injections or feet trims or anything like that when it comes to my personal horses. We have separate accounts for everything. And that is something that I have been questioned about recently. And I just want to make that very clear. It is not hard for the vet to have a vet bill for JT Livestock unsold horses, Tara Sanders personal horses. And somebody's like, well, how does he keep them separate? The same way that he keeps Amy and Tina's horses separate. These horses belong to Amy. So Amy has a vet bill. These horses belong to Tina. So Tina has a vet bill. So whenever you whenever you donate money directly to the Unsold Horse account, it pays for vet work on unsold horses that basically were bought at the sale barn. My husband owns them. He's not gonna castrate Macho Man Randy Savage. And that horse being a gelding will probably make the difference in him finding a home or not. He is a well-broke kid's pony, but who in their right mind is going to buy a stallion for their kid? Not me. I wouldn't. So my point is if somebody will pay for the castration for him, we can give him some time to heal on my dime. I'll feed him. I'll put some more time into him. Actually, we can keep riding him. We can get him broke through the trail course. We can, put a little bit of time into him. And then somebody can purchase him with a little more training and as a gelding for their kid. So it's going to help that horse to improve his life. I get tired of the narrative that when I ask for help that it's for selfish reasons. That horse needs to be a gelding. We need to put more time into him so he's just a little bit more desensitized, because he's going to make the world's greatest kid pony, but that's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen as a stallion. So I'm asking, can you guys please help me by gifting funds to the Unsold Horses vet bills for shots of Exceed? And also, we would like to castrate him. If somebody wanted to pay to float his teeth, he still has wolf teeth. That's another thing that could help. And I understand that right now that we have our incorporation, like our EIN number, but the accountant said that she started to file the paperwork for the 501c3, and then I actually am the reason that it didn't get processed. I called her and I said, hey, I don't think I want to do that. But she's going to go ahead and process it now, and by late February to early March, we shouldn't have any issues with the 501c3 standing. So at that point, somebody else is going to kind of run that. Nobody's going to draw a salary. We've had a long talk. What we are going to do is be able to fundraise, and you're going to be able to gift money directly to that, and that money can bail horses, that money can pay rent on pens here, that money can do things for unsold horses that will belong to that rescue. Somebody asked me, okay, Tara, if you do this rescue, and what happens if you buy a bunch of stuff and then one day just dissolve it? By law, I have to donate everything that rescue had obtained to another rescue exactly like it. At no point will those things belong to me personally. So at no point will those things, no, I think it's to something. Let me ask. Hey, Crystal, what does it cost to castrate? It starts at $150 to gild.
And it just depends on how old they are.
Okay. But like if it's an unsold horse and somebody was going to donate it, Scott will do it for $150, I'm sure. If I'm like, hey, they're just going to pay you to, yeah. I mean, it's a horse that's not sold, this little paint, but he needs gilded.
Yeah, he does. Holy crap.
Yeah, but you know what? He's really good and he's broke to death. But like, he's 4 or 5 and he's like going to be a great kid pony, but who's going to buy a stud for their kid?
Right, yeah.
So.
Yeah, for that little bitty one, yeah.
Yeah. I figured Scott would, just because it's an unsold horse, I knew he would probably help a little bit. Thank you. Yep. Crystal said, so if you ever, want to donate a castration to an unsold horse, it's $150. So, it's $150 to gild him. It's $150 to float his teeth. Dylan charges $50 a ride. So, if we can put $300 in teeth and gilding, and then maybe $300, which would be 6 rides, we would have $600 of gifted funds in him, and it would just help his life. His price doesn't go up. I'm not going to ask more money for him. That's the thing that people seem to miss is just because we put this money into them, the reason I'm asking for people to help me is because I'm not going to turn around and make him a $5,000 pony and pocket off of other people's kindness. That's not how any of that works. And I'm tired of people I think that this is what I do think. People expect the worst a lot of times when you say things like rescue or donation or gift funds or Unsold. You know what I mean? Like, they just expect the worst, probably because they had watched a rescue scam people. I know that a lot of people got really bitter and jaded from High Caliber. Like, I get it. I mean, me too. But at the end of the day, it doesn't stop the fact that we have horses come here all the time from sale barns who desperately need help in a way that my husband just can't. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business for him, and he's going to do the bare minimal. And he'll tell you that without any, like, it doesn't hurt his feelings to tell you that they're going to get the bare minimum of what's required from the kill pen. So anything outside of that is something that I have to figure out how to make it work. And the way that I find out how to make that work is by asking for help from you guys. And some people get irate. I've had people tell me, I've owned horses my whole life and nobody's ever contributed $1 fucking to anything I own. You know, why do you beg for money from us? And I'm like, but it's different. I'm not asking you to pay the bills on my personal horses. I'm not asking for contributions and gifts to help my personal horses. I'm asking you guys to help horses that other people have failed, that have been dumped off in my husband's lap, that would otherwise go to slaughter. This is something that we can all do collectively. Like, I dedicated my life to this. Like, you want to talk to me about money? Like, what about my time? What about my life? I can't get any of that back. I fucking bust my ass to help these horses. And I think that's why I take some of the mean things that are said so serious, because I know that I have literally dedicated my life to this. So you can call the vet and you can tell them that you just want to pay a $20 donation. You can Cash App. You can pay by card. They have PayPal. They have various ways that you can pay. Call Crystal. Just tell her that you want to gift funds. If you want to pay for an entire service, that's fine. Here's the deal. If you want to pay for the castration and somebody else already has to, please pay for his teeth float. If you want to pay for the teeth float somebody already has, please donate that money towards Exceed shots. Like, you have to understand that all of it goes to great use because these horses need somebody to take care of them and love them. Yes, while it is my responsibility, I'm not made of money and I can only do so much. So outside of, like, my husband says the bare minimum, I can do a little bit more than the bare minimum, but these extra services are just not something that I can. Like, if those horses get here, they're going to get penicillin and Genocin. It's cheap, it's effective, it's okay. But if we can give them a shot of Exceed and a shot of Genocin, that would be even better. I have the Genocin. If you guys will pay for Exceed, that would help those 5 horses coming. But 5 shots of Exceed is $75 each. This is how I am. I'm like, I'm not even going to try to figure it out in my head. 75 times 5 equals. So that's $375 worth of antibiotics that could absolutely keep those horses from getting pneumonia. Now, is my husband going to pay that? No. Nope. I would prefer, Susan, that if anybody wanted to pay towards vet services, just pay the vet directly right now until the 501c3 is set up. Like, it's not just an incorporation, but it actually has a 501c3 label where we can write you a receipt. I would prefer you to just pay the vet directly. That way, you know, at this point, I don't want somebody to come back later and be like, I thought I was giving it to a rescue. You know what I mean? Like, right now, just pay the Unsold Horses vet bills and it's a gift. Later on, you'll be able to PayPal direct or Cash App directly to the rescue and get a receipt in exchange for your gift, but that'll be later down the road, and that will be probably for horses that we have fundraised for. So there's always going to be a need for unsold horses that are owned by the kill pen to need help, and then in the future we'll fundraise and be able to purchase some horses that are kept separate. Like, if we had the 501c3 rescue right now set up, I would at that point fundraise for Macho Man Randy Savage and just purchase him from the kill pen. Then we would gild him, do his teeth, and then have Dylan ride him, and then we could adopt him out at the end of that time, and it would all go to the rescue. But we're not there yet, so I hope you guys now see how there's, like, clear, concise ways to do the rescue and the kill pen, and them not affect each other, but then benefit each other. Like, the rescue can benefit the kill pen by being able to take horses like that and do something with them that otherwise people are a little bit nervous to buy a stud horse for their kids. And in the future, that horse could be purchased by the rescue and retrained longer. Absolutely. Horses are very expensive, and it's important that we try to... You guys, if a dog chewed itself loose This kills me. Okay, this dog has been down the road. It got hit by a car and we think it broke its leg. And my neighbor had it tied up. This is not a joke. This is the third time this dog has chewed himself loose and come to my house because we feed him. But he needs to be seen by the vet. Should I call the county? What should I do? Hi, Bear. Come on, Bear. This is the third time that this dog has chewed himself loose and showed up here. Bear. Hi, sir. No, Bear. Bear. God bless it. Bear just wants to play. That dog keeps... Come on, puppy. Come on, sir. It's okay. See him holding his leg up? It's like he's got a serious injury to his leg. Come on, sir. I don't know if you guys can see that he... But he chews himself loose. See him dragging that leg? Oh. Like, it's... It's... Mosquito! Come on, Skeet! Come on, Skeet! Idiot. Anyway, that dog keeps chewing himself loose and coming over here, but he has like a leg that's like... Maybe he got hit and it healed wrong. I'm not sure. I feel bad for him. And Bear just really wants to... Look, Bear's wagging his tail. He wants to play, but that dog is very afraid of humans. We just put food out for him. But I don't know. Anyway, every time he comes, we'll just put food out. But he's got a collar on and he's dragging a really long rope behind him that he's chewed to get loose. Skeet! Don't be running off. I just feel bad because that leg looks really bad. All right, you guys, we are going to get back to vet work. I'm going to go eat some lunch, and then when we come back, we'll do Riker because they wanted to get the floats out of the way. But if anybody wants to call, Crystal, I don't know who, or just, if you don't mind, if you'll just text me. I think we may end up gilding him. Somebody text me and said they would pay for it, but if they do, will you text me and let me know? Okay, all right.